My name is Kalaf Epalanga. I'm Angolan, poet, writer, novelist, and musician. I started thinking on writing poetry when I arrived to Lisbon. I went there to study in '95, and when I got there, I realized that people from my generation of African descent knew very little about Africa. So I decided just to dive into my memories, try to save some of them, because again, I was abroad, living outside of my country. And that love for the language, the love for music, drove deeper and deeper into poetry. Publishing my first book, it was, I took a minute. I didn't want to publish right away. I was writing lyrics for music, so I was living with poetry, paying my bills with poetry, performing them and everything. And then I started writing for a newspaper, and a publisher, a very known publisher in Portugal, was fan of my writing, called me and asked me if I wanted to publish. And then I took a minute. I said, yes, I will send you something. But then I was just touring, doing my life. And one day he just was really upset and said, please send me an email with everything you wrote so far. And I did, and he published it. And when I hold the book in my hands, it was just like, okay, this is the thing that I want to do for the rest of my life. Portuguese is the official language in Angola, so there's a similarity there. We write in the same language. But I would say our poetry is very political. But political not in the sense of what people consider political, just political in the sense of understanding life in society. We are a young nation. We just turned 50 years of independence. And because of that, all the subject, or let's say the majority of the subject, either from love or passion, has the political atmosphere holding everything together. I like to write at home now. I used to love writing in hotels and traveling, but now I write at home best, surrounded by my books, surrounded by the papers of research that I'm doing, and so I would say writing at home depends. Sometimes when I'm, let's say, less busy, I like to write in the morning. But when things are a bit chaotic around me, I like to write at night. Well, let's say I would reserve this answer to the critics. I would say probably just to help the viewers, that I write from the perspective of an Angolan living in the world. Several advices, but I would say, and this is the obvious one, it's almost a cliche, read as much as you can. Read without prejudice, read without boundaries. Read everything you can, from poetry to novels, essays. It's important to understand the world. It's important to understand life, human beings. So reading, I believe, is the best foundation for a young poet. And then when you feel like you have the urge to speak out, I would say start from the world around you. Well, poetry festivals are important just to get people familiar with different voices in poetry, especially now in the digital world. It's important for us to feel each other, our energy, because when we are in the room, we command and we project a certain energy, and poetry festivals are wonderful for that. We can engage with one another, listen to one another, even if you just say thank you or good night, but feeling other human beings are important.